And here we go. Welcome to our Journey of Nothing. I'm Seth, joined by my good friends.
I'm Jesse.
I'm Josh.
My name Josh.
And today we'll be talking about a few random things on, like I said before, our Journey of Nothing. So, Josh.
Nothing matters. Oh, I'm sorry. Josh. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Josh.
What's on your mind today? It's always great to have you.
Just thinking about Columbus.
Christopher Columbus.
He's a bitch.
Christopher Columbus is kind of a bitch.
Why do you get a day?
Dude, I don't even get a day. And I don't think I've enslaved anyone or misconstrued a country.
India.
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 Or America. Which one is it?
That was his thoughts. He didn't care.
No, but Christopher Columbus was an asshole.
Yeah, fuck that guy. He used to cut in front of me in the cafeteria. In middle school.
Dickhead.
Why does he get a day? I think in some states or counties, I don't know how they make this up.
Parishes.
Parishes?
No, that's
parishes.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Louisiana's the only one with parishes.
I was thinking of California. Is it
And
is in
Greek.
California?
Greek?
Greeks.
You
Yeah.
mean Greece?
Greek.
Where are we going? In counties or states, they have stopped celebrating Christopher Columbus Day and
Fuck yeah.
started celebrating Indigenous Peoples Day on that day.
That's a pretty good day.
Honestly, Indigenous people don't get enough love. I don't know do you guys know anything about like Native American reservations or anything like that?
I know that in California, that was the only casino I can go to being under 21.
Yeah, same. We have a lot of those in Michigan, but like Native American reservations, they are kind of like, it's really sad. They're pretty fucked up.
How so?
Yeah.
Like they're really like a lot of poverty. A lot of
Oh.
like, it's just not a good place. Like, you know, they get these reservations, but they don't get everything they need there.
Do they get stipends, like monthly
They,
stipends?
I think so.
At least in, I mean, I don't know the exact laws on it, but in Michigan, if you're a certain amount of Native American, you get a certain amount of money from.
Do you have to do
casinos.
23andMe to figure that out, or?
Like, hey, please submit your 23andMe results. Yeah, you're only getting $5. Like, fuck you.
$5.
But
Yeah,
like,
you're like 45% white. You don't get shit.
yeah, they're like, you know what? You guys had all of America. We'll give you like a couple acres of land. Yeah, that's about, that's okay.
That's fair, right?
Yeah, that's enough for, taking all of your land, literally.
You want some blankets?
Yeah, you can't get those. Yeah, but Native American reservations, I feel like that is a topic no one cares about.
No one really talks
Yeah,
about it.
I definitely don't.
A lot of people, and if you don't live in a state that has Native American reservations, you don't know much about them either. Because
Yeah.
nobody pays attention to it. Because it's not big media.
It's not well taught in schools either.
No, did you?
It's a shameful part of American history. They don't want to talk
It's very shameful.
Yeah,
American
it's
history.
like Germany and Nazis.
Are
Like,
we the baddies?
I know that in Germany
You're
with
a baddie.
Nazis, like you can't say certain things, or like swastikas are like completely banned, and I think what it's 666, like yeah, because like that's like HH Hail Hitler or whatever, and you can't say
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Like you can't have 66. Like there's certain phrases that are banned, and you like go to fucking jail for it.
I think it's changed over there though. I
Yeah,
guess
freedom
when
of
we went
speech.
to school in Germany, they barely talked about like the Holocaust, and they knew what happened, but they would like hardly teach it.
When was that? Do you
But-
know?
Huh?
When was that? Like time
When we
frame?
went to high school,
Yeah.
like the early early 80s.
Okay. It'd be interesting to see what it's like now or how they
That's
approach
peach,
that
by the
subject
way.
in school.
I had an exchange student from Germany in my senior year, and it
Mhm.
still was. It's pretty banned talking about Hitler.
But they teach it. Like he knows about that stuff.
I mean,
I feel like it's hard to avoid.
yeah.
I was trying to avoid Hitler.
I mean, especially with the internet now. Like, I feel like before, like like early '80s, you could kind of hide a lot of things. You weren't learning about it unless
That's
you were
true.
actively trying to learn about it.
That's also.
But now, like, I could Google anything. I could Google fucking anything. Anything I wanna know about.
Google child porn.
Please don't.
No,
Okay.
On your Wi-Fi.
with your phone.
Oh.
Unless
Jesus Christ. No, that's terrible though. That's fucking terrible.
Yeah, Wi-Fi is so bad.
Everything about censorship is terrible though. I
mean,
wonder how much stuff actually happens that we don't know
so
about.
That's a good question. You could expand on that a lot.
I could understand censorship when it comes to like the fact that most people don't ever. They're like most people are not justifying censorship at all, but
Okay.
to a certain degree, I could understand why they think that's the answer, because most people don't know the whole story of most things because they don't feel like taking the time, or they're just not going to.
I think there's also some things like the public just shouldn't know about.
Like what?
I don't know. There's like everything the military or what's happening overseas or this or that. Like everyone now with the internet has this idea that they have to know everything. You don't need to know everything. Like
Okay.
before, all you used to know was what your local newspaper printed. You know, all you knew was what was local to you. And was that good or bad? Like, because I know, like, if we didn't have the internet, the whole coronavirus thing, everyone wouldn't be freaking out about it. You know, is that good or bad?
I think it's not necessarily good or bad. Just leave it. It's not. It's not necessarily good or bad. It's more of just a side effect. Like, different things will have different side effects.
Mass panic is like such a thing, though.
Yeah, but think about how much good world knowledge has brought versus people panicking about coronavirus.
I mean, they're running out of toilet paper in stores because of the coronavirus. There's literally security guards, and like you can only get so much toilet paper from stores because people are so panicked about the coronavirus. It's literally just like a flu.
It's like advanced flu.
Yeah,
I'm very confused about why toilet paper is the item.
Or like like all those toilet paper towels.
Like what?
Hand
Why are those-
sanitizers also.
Okay,
being
hand
limited.
I see
sanitizers
that.
I understand, but why
Right.
is toilet paper like?
Like, would you want food? Do you not want just cans of food at your house?
Canned meats are
Guess
pretty
you're
great.
Canned beets?
Beets.
Canned
meats.
hamburgers.
Oh,
Canned-
sure,
canned
yeah.
burgers.
If you
They
can
make a
can-
canned chicken, like a whole chicken in a
Oh
can.
my god, that's fucking disgusting.
We should try it sometime.
We should try it on the podcast.
I would
my
throw
God.
up. I'm
no,
gonna
it's
throw up.
probably just like from what I saw, it's like completely slime.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Oh,
throw
that's
up.
so gross. I
Like
want to try
just
it.
slimy chicken. I want to know more about this. I need to know. But yeah, canned meats are cool though. I like canned meats.
I wonder how long you can eat that like as a regular meal before your body started to shut down.
Like just canned
Like,
meats.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like canned everything.
I mean, you got like canned green beans,
Canned
canned
water.
vegetables,
Canned water is a thing.
Yeah, canned water. I want like
dehydrated water,
literally shut the fuck up.
sad water.
No, but like, what would happen to your body if you just only consume things that were in a can?
Has someone
Sodium.
done that before?
Sodium
Like
would probably
researched?
go through the roof.
Probably.
Yeah, because that's like a really good. Sodium's a really good preservative, right?
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's like that's how they used to preserve meats back in the day was salt. You know,
Salted as fuck.
salt used to actually be like a form of currency. Like, no, seriously, way back in the day, like salt was a currency.
How much is that coat? That's about 10 salt.
Like 10 grains or 10 rocks? Nah, 10 rocks. Fuck, bro. I only got 6 rocks on me. Cause you like
How back in the day are we talking?
this is like early Egypt, I believe.
Okay.
Early
That's
Egypt?
at least 70 years ago.
At least.
Let me see. 1 second. Let me look it up. When was salt
When was
a
Egypt
currency?
early?
When was Egypt?
When was Egypt?
The 16th century. As early as the 16th century, visiting European explorers noted the use of salt as money. Bars of salt money were called a mole. And yeah, salt
That's
is
what's up.
currency.
So at least 70 years ago. I was right.
Mm-hmm.
At least.
Oh, during the War of 1812, the American government, unable to pay their soldiers in coin, paid in salt brine.
Oh my god.
Like,
Imagine going to war, murdering someone and watching your best friend die in your hands. Here's salt brine.
Oh, thank God! Like I'm gonna send this home to my wife.
Yeah, I gotta
honey,
send it back.
honey,
to my
I got
kids.
5 salt brine for you. Like,
The cool thing about it though is at least if you ever were going hungry or something, like you're not gonna eat salt, but at least you had something you
I
can.
mean, salt
consume.
is good too. Though, like some people are so scared of sodium, but like it helps you retain water. But that's also how it dehydrates you. It sucks up all the water.
Nah, you're good.
Nah, you're Gucci, bro.
Very
Just
good.
eat
Very
some
good.
more salt.
Just add salt.
Just add salt. Just add water.
Desodiumed salt.
Desodium salt. Just add salt. No big deal.
NBD, bro.
NBD dog. Jumping back onto things.
God, wow.
Yeah,
we got
what did
way-
we-
Yeah, we got
I
way
don't even
off
know.
on
What was
that
the
rabbit
first-
hole.
I'm talking about how
Christopher
what would happen to
Columbus?
your body if you could. Oh wow.
It was
That's
started
what we
with
did start
Christopher
that.
Columbus.
Right.
And
Yeah.
we ended on.
And ending the Christopher Columbus talk. Fuck Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah,
Fuck
you.
you.
Dude, I'd
dude.
fuck Christopher Columbus.
I wouldn't fuck Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, fuck.
He probably
that
had
guy.
Fuck
chlamydia.
that guy.
Chlamydia?
Speaking of chlamydia, you know why they called it the clap?
Because just like that, it's gone.
No, they used to like to get rid of it. They used to slam your dick between 2 stones.
Oh,
What?
Dead ass.
dead ass.
Yep.
That would just get rid of your dick, right?
Maybe chlamydia too. I don't know.
I guess. Okay.
Wait, is it just a dick disease?
I'm
Like,
pretty sure.
Just the disease stays just in your dick.
I mean, I bet it's throughout your whole. I don't know. It only affects you. Like, I don't know what chlamydia does to your body.
How the
Look at
fuck did that? Don't look at me. I'm not a fucking doc. I'm not a dick expert. A dick expert.
Okay.
What?
Expert.
Wait, so the chlamydia bacteria is like, hey, we can't leave the dick, all right? We gotta stay right
Look,
here.
man, that large intestine looks pretty cool, but we can't go up there.
Like, yeah. Dad, can we go to the to the liver? Hey, you stay inside.
No, you stay in the dick, bro. Like, hey, bro, that's kind of gay, man.
That's what's up. That's
That's what's up.
fucking 2020, dude.
Next up, we got Akon City in Senegal.
Dude, Akon City.
I know nothing of this, by the way.
So
Do they have a sports team?
the Akon City Akons.
Akon and the Lonely Island.
That's
Is that-
fucked up.
No,
Mr.
no,
Lonely.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
All right.
Yeah, dude.
Please, inform me.
It's a city in Senegal. Gifted Akon a whole like what was it, like 2,000 acre plot of land to make a city in. But Akon is actually only worth $80 million. So I don't know if he's gonna build a city. Like, yeah, $80 million is a lot of money, but
That city money?
is that see? You got city money, bro?
Yeah, damn,
So
dog.
you could have just a very nice Capitol building for 80 mil, or a bunch of shitty small other buildings. He can do whatever he wants for $80 million. For the most part.
Akon does some pretty good things for Africa, though. So hopefully he does something good with Akon City, and he is naming his currency Acoin.
Would you move there?
Would I move there? No.
Wait, so if it's Acoin, does he have any paper dollars?
I think it's a digital currency.
Oh, shit. I think someone's outside.
He's in the future.
Acoin.
Acoin coming to a bank near you.
Acoin. Fuck.
Coming to a bank.
Acoin.
No, yeah, Akon.
Yeah, I have $1,000 invested in Acoin.
It's probably all of Akon.
Yeah, I'm literally the sole share. I own Acoin. I own the city now.
$80 million can buy the city.
Yeah.
Is he the mayor?
That's what I was wondering. Like, is he the mayor or is he like God of the city?
Was he a dictator?
Yeah, he's the god of the
Are you
city.
going to choose what type of government this city has?
I don't
Or Fall
know.
under country.
No, that'd be a whole other country.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, he probably can do county laws, but he can only go so
This
crazy.
is a dry county. First of all, fuck dry county laws. That shit's so stupid. Like the whole Bible Belt thing in dry counties. Like, oh
Dude.
yeah, we're not serving alcohol. You're like, all right, I guess I gotta drive 45 extra minutes to get alcohol. Like it's just like the
It doesn't
whole.
stop anyone.
No, it doesn't stop anybody. You can't buy here, but you know, if you drive 45 minutes out there, you
It's
can
just
buy.
make it an inconvenience.
Yeah, you're just making a fucking inconvenience. There's so many laws that are just inconveniences, though. Like
When I was in Arkansas, we were going hiking in the mountains.
it was a dry county.
Yeah, and we didn't know it was a dry county. and I'm from the West Coast, so I didn't know what the fuck a
West
dry
Coast,
county
baby.
was. I didn't know what a dry. I thought that was what happened in the prohibition areas.
That
or
literally
times.
is what it is. I feel like they never adapted. From
Yeah, but that was
Prohibition.
like 100, and 200 years ago or some shit.
I don't know what it was.
That was like 6,000 years
was
ago.
like- It was like 100 years ago.
Yeah,
so-
I don't know.
20s.
That's why I was like, oh, what do you mean dry county? Yeah, we didn't know that's. We would be like, hey, do you guys sell alcohol? And they'd be like, no. And then be like, oh, all right. And then we go to the next place. And it took us to the fourth little like gas station for someone to be like, dude, this is a dry county. And we were like, we just spent 30 minutes driving in circles.
They
trying to
didn't even
find-
tell you.
Yeah, and then we ended up having to drive about an hour because we were in the mountains
Uh-huh.
in Arkansas, so we had to drive about an hour each way. So we loaded up on like 60 beers and then drove back to our little log cabin and got shit faced. But yeah, dry counties pissed me off.
The dry county thing is stupid as hell, though.
That would make me want to buy alcohol even more. Like,
Yeah,
I
like
don't even drink.
I don't even drink. Fuck you.
dry county though. Like, what is the reasoning behind dry county? Are they like, yeah,
It's
like,
for Jesus, dude. I'm dry for
It's
Jesus.
It's a Jesus
well, like
thing. I feel
Catholics drink wine.
like you got him.
Fucking
Got him there.
dude. Checkmate, bro.
Got him.
No, they drink wine for communion.
Checkmate.
Say that to someone who is pro dry county.
Are there
Jesus
people
drinks
that are
wine.
still pro dry county?
There's got to be. That's why it's still a thing. I'm guessing. I know.
But I mean, like Jesus drank wine.
he made wine.
He was also a carpenter.
What does that have to do with
Yeah. I
Wine.
I'm just giving you some Jesus facts.
Jesus facts with Jesse?
Yeah. I had a
A new
Jesus
segment of the
fact
show, Jesus facts with Jesse.
All right, we're gonna take a 10-minute pivot to Jesus facts.
Jesus was a carpenter. All right,
Did
that's
you
all
know
for
he
today.
was 5'11"?
How do you
Is
know
that in the Bible?
It was in the Bible. He was 5'11".
It's in the table of contents.
The table of contents.
Yeah, I thought it was chapter 5, section 11. Nope, that was his height.
Yep. They say there's this guy that published this book, and his whole thing was the whole Bible is written on shrooms.
I've not heard this before.
Can't remember. Fuck, what's the book called? Let me try to look this up. But yeah, his whole thing was like, it was actually written by a guy who was one of the translators of the Dead Sea Scrolls, and his whole thing was like, yeah, the whole Bible is written on shrooms, and like he thinks that like the forbidden fruit that like Adam and Eve ate was actually just like a mushroom, like a psychedelic mushroom, and that's why like Moses saw a fucking burning bush, like.
He was toasted.
Yeah, he was toasted, dude. He was just tripping out of his fucking mind.
That sounds so much more realistic than what the actual
He
Bible
probably
says.
has he'll explain it. I want to read this book now.
Look,
The
yeah, everyone
sacred
was just high as
mushroom
fuck.
and the
None of this shit
cross.
actually happened. You're like, oh yeah,
Oh man.
that sounds pretty realistic.
wow.
Like, think about what your perception of events would be if you were just always fucking toasted.
So yeah, like
I'd probably make a whole new religion.
the author argued that Jesus never existed as a historical figure and was a mythological creation of early Christians under the influence of psychoactive mushrooms.
Psychoactive mushrooms. That sounds fucking believable.
It does though. Like a lot of the things you could line up, like they're tripping their ass off right now. Like,
Dude, did you see the sea? That shit partied, bro. And you're like,
and like he's like a qualified, like he's not like he's not some dude in his mom's basement that like drops LSD and is like, I'm in touch with aliens. Like he was a serious figure. Like he was one of the people like translating the Dead Scrolls, like the Dead Sea Scrolls. Sorry, the Dead Sea Scrolls,
Okay.
which is like a very big deal. And his whole interpretation was that they were on fucking mushrooms.
You could probably explain this, or that person himself could explain it to, like, a devout Christian, and trying to change someone's deep-rooted beliefs at some point is next to impossible. Like,
Oh yeah,
if they have,
it's like trying to argue somebody against a religion is like religion. The whole thing about it is like the whole faith, and you like their whole like argument is like, well,
convenient.
have you ever seen it? Well, no, it's just on faith, like. But I mean, if you want to do that, you can do it. I don't give a shit. Do your own thing.
do you believe in anything like that?
No.
he believes in energy.
Kind of.
Like chi?
I don't know, not exactly, but like, I don't know. Like doing good things is a good thing. I feel like you can take some of the Christian, every single religion, you can pick a good piece out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the whole golden rule thing. Do unto others as you should do.
Right.
Do unto others as you want done to you. And I feel like that's a good rule to live by. But like energies, I don't know. I feel like if you do good things will come to you. I mean, that may be just the way I think.
So I have an idea, and this was something It's gonna sound like I was high when I thought of this, but I can promise you, I have not been high ever in my life.
Thank you.
So I'm thinking that like religion. All right, so a lot of people when they go to church and shit, and they like feel great, like it was a great thing, great sermon or a great whatever, and like in their bones they feel like they understand the meaning, they understand everything. Like for a short moment, they're like, dude, everything's so clear to me, and I get it, and I feel it. That feeling they feel is what every human strives, not every single human strives for, but what a lot of people strive for.
Like fulfillment kind of
Yeah,
thing.
that fulfilling.
I think that, yeah, I agree with you. The whole
And
like,
I feel, and they don't understand the reason why they're so like, dude, what the, yeah, this is it. Because it's a strong feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that they don't realize that some people can feel that without a religion. Like I feel that now.
And like just things that you do.
Yeah, things that I do and things that I experience and like mentalities and efforts I put into life. Like I feel that with just what I do.
is that, but like,
But everyone's trying to get there. But
Yeah.
everyone just has a different way of getting there.
Right.
so for some people it's drugs, for some people it's reading books, for some
That's
people
true,
it's,
right? Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, you're
exercise. But the thing about religion and the whole kind of cult thing, is it the mob mentality, you know, like everyone else is doing it.
Maybe at the start, because I remember growing up in small town Iowa.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Every single Sunday we would go to church just because I just remember going. My parents said we have to go to church. I didn't really ask why. Maybe I did ask why, but they said because we have to. So for my entire time there, growing up pretty much, 18 years, 19 years, just go to church every Sunday. I went to Wednesday nights. They had church class. It's called CCD. I could not tell you the acronym. No adult in that town could tell you what that acronym meant. Something church, school thing. We just learned more about school and talk about the Bible and Jesus and things like that. You didn't have to. It's not a necessity. You didn't need to. You weren't forced to. But it's just you were told that you had to. It sounds like forcing, but it wasn't. You could do what you wanted.
It's like you can do what you wanted, but we're all going to shun the fuck out of you if you
Right.
don't.
I mean, the mob mentality thing is like pretty much a proven scientific fact. Like, you know, if everyone in the room just stands up and like you're the only one not standing, they'll probably be like, shit, I should stand up. You know what I mean?
Stand
Like,
up. Yeah, they've done like experiments I've seen on YouTube.
I mean, like if you look at like the Salem witch trials,
Okay.
that shit was ridiculous. But everyone kind of just hopped on along with it because it was like, oh shit, I mean, that's
Like,
what
I don't want
everyone
to be a
else
witch. I don't want to get
Like,
burned.
yo, that she just did math. Like, 2 + 2 is 4. Yeah, she's a fucking witch.
Fucking burn that bitch, dude.
That shit is crazy to me though. Like, their mentality behind it was like, if we burn her and she dies, she's not a witch. But if we burn her and she survives, she's a witch.
She's a witch.
Like, imagine how many people they burned numerous females, and they were just like,
You're like, fuck, Nancy, no.
like
My bad.
I just burned my daughter to death, and she's not a witch. Fuck.
I fucking thought she was, though. It was worth it. Hey, it could have been.
Hey.
You had to know.
You know, they went to church after that and prayed she went to heaven. Then, oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Oh, she's good.
She's good. She's not a witch, so she was allowed in heaven.
Oh
at
yeah,
that
true.
point.
I forgot about that. But that's so crazy. Like, Could you imagine nowadays, like, yeah, we're just gonna burn people if we think that they're a witch.
Or like, hey, we're gonna shoot you in the head if you're a criminal. If you die, our bad. If you don't, dude.
You're not a criminal. Like, if we shoot you in the head and you don't die, you're not a criminal. But if we shoot you in the head and you die, you're a criminal. No. It'd be the other way around.
Yeah.
If you shoot in the head and you die, you're not a criminal. But if you shoot in the head and you don't die, you're not a criminal.
Our bad though.
That's literally like,
No,
that would
you're
literally
good.
be our days of, like, the Salem witch trials. And, like, that just, like, kind of blew over, you know? It was like, whatever. You know? Like, when did they stop doing that? Like,
I was just gonna ask that.
Who's like, hey, chill.
Like,
who like showed up to their town and was like, you guys are burning them because they spoke and they did math? Hold up. Like why?
Like, yeah, it's witchcraft.
It's kind of just what it's kind of just what we do here around in Salem.
Yeah, like we do. It's just like what we've always been doing.
So, like, I don't think we should really stop, you know? Like, Salem, yeah, it's just our thing. We're kind of quirky, you know?
Yeah,
We watch The Office.
We watch The Office here. We don't sacrifice to the sun god. Nothing crazy like
No,
that.
nothing crazy. We just
burn
burn
witches,
females.
Think about how brave that the first person to step up was, though. Be like, hey, guys, we should like not do this.
You know,
And then they're all kind of just like,
He's a witch.
he's probably a witch. We should burn him.
he's a witch. He's influenced by witches. He will die.
Dude, what a fucking badass. That was the one guy to stand up.
I
Or
feel like
girl.
some people back then probably leaned into it. Like, yeah, I'm a witch.
Governor
Don't worry about
Sir William Phipps, in 1692, he issued a declaration ending the Salem witch trials.
Good on him.
Why?
As 1692 passed into 1693, the hysteria began to lose steam. The governor of the colony, upon hearing that his own wife was accused of witchcraft, ordered an end to the trial.
Oh my
So he
God.
ordered. It was his wife.
I hate him.
You imagine how many other wives he watched just get burned, and he was like, you know, I'm the governor.
Maybe,
like,
dude.
But like, you know, they might be. And they're like, your wife is a witch. Oh, yeah, we're not doing that
Yeah,
anymore.
we got to stop this.
That's so ridiculous. That's so great. But I feel like that's a lot of things. Like,
That's
if
literally the whole world. Like,
Yeah.
everything we do as a society is that stupid.
Yeah. Like, a lot of the things, like, if you are related to a police officer, it's like, you know, all right, like, we won't give you a ticket, you know, like, you know, it's cool.
But I swear to God, if I find anyone else doing this, they're getting shot.
Yeah, like, on site.
On sight. Did you just roll that fucking stop sign? Holy
shit. You're lucky your father is the police commissioner. I would
Yeah.
shoot you right now.
I would end
I
you.
literally was about to fucking quickscope you in the face.
But, like, what about America isn't corrupt?
Bald eagles.
God bless him.
God bless them.
We saw a bald eagle today.
We did see a bald eagle today. It was pretty. Like, bald eagles are ridiculously majestic.
Yeah, they're fucking
Have
huge.
you seen a picture of them like straight on?
No, we watched. Look, we.
I feel like that was a bad angle. I looked at it straight on and it was still pretty
they look
intimidating.
pretty
Except
funny.
I've seen that like silly looking picture from like
Yeah.
straight on.
Something.
But nah, man, like
I was like, from me to Seth was how close we were
Yeah.
to the bald eagle.
their talons are huge.
Yeah,
Quoting
it's
Napoleon
majestic.
Dynamite, have you seen their talons?
The chickens have talons.
The chickens have talons. But yeah, man, like bald eagles are nuts. Birds of prey are just such apex predators. Like humans have to get glasses and have to get this and that to like, see, but they can see from like hundreds. I don't know about hundreds. A long ways up, maybe hundreds. It might be hundreds of feet up.
Of
hundreds
they can
of
see
miles.
a fucking
Hundreds.
field mouse, and they just go down and kill it. That's ridiculous. Humans can't even like roll out of bed without.
I can't see.
Yeah,
They can't, dude. Hadley can't even run.
granted,
I can't do a jumping jack.
That is true. You couldn't do a jumping jack right now because you're fucked up hamstring.
I mean,
Like,
I probably could, but my hamstring might rip from my bone.
That's what's up.
I wonder if we could hear that. Look.
ASMR of hamstring
ASMR.
ripping from the bone, just like ah! Man, that would be ridiculous. But I mean,
so satisfying. Oddly satisfying.
oddly satisfying. Hear this man's hamstring rip from his bone.
I'll do it next time. Next time.
Yeah, next time in the next episode. But like birds, they're so sick.
Or are they even real?
But it's a government spying on you. Yeah, definitely. But the two, I feel like birds would also have bad eyesight if natural selection wasn't a thing. You know what I mean? Like if you're a bird and you can't see that well, you're gonna fucking die because you can't catch anything.
Yeah,
it's
you're just gonna be hungry as fuck.
It's a bat.
It's a bat.
Dude, bats have terrible
You're right.
eyesight.
You just go. Ah.
Did bats always have terrible eyesight?
How do you evolve a supersonic? Like what kind of mutation?
What if they were just like
accidentally
running
get-
around and one dude was like, ah! And then like something came back, he's like, yo, shit, there's a bug in front of me. I'm gonna eat that bitch. And then he just started screaming all the time, and everyone was like,
Dude,
Then
what's up with Jerry?
generations passed.
yeah, mob mentality.
Yeah,
It was fucking mob mentality. Like, they're like, we should start screaming at bugs too. That is probably the best thing that we could do.
It's brilliant.
God,
Someone's home.
You're getting
someone's
robbed.
home. But that's nuts. How did like the whole evolution thing, like generations and like how did bats just not die off, but they just started screaming at things?
Or dolphins. I think of dolphins a lot. Laying in bed. Think of the
I
dolphins.
think of dolphins all the time.
Dolphins
I see
are so
Apollo.
fucking smart.
Think of dolphins.
Dude, they're so rapey.
I watch football.
They
and I
are.
think of-
They're so fucking rapey.
They
I love it.
scare me.
They're like the
Wait,
most.
whoa. I didn't
human-
catch that because I was on thinking of dolphins.
Yeah,
So
we're
they're rapey.
Yeah, they fuck like dead fish. Like they will fuck the head of a dead fish.
Dolphins are one of the few mammals that have sex for pleasure,
Yeah, like
and they'll like rape anything,
That's terrifying.
and then they'll like drag you down underwater to play with you, and then drown you.
they bump into what is it? Blowfish? Pufferfish? Pufferfish. They bump into pufferfish because they release this toxin that gets them fucked up. They get high.
Yeah.
They're the humans of the ocean.
They really are. And then like killer whales are even smarter.
Yeah, dude, they do shit in packs, bro.
Killer whales are fucking sick.
Have you seen their like the patterns they do when they're hunting seals?
Yeah, I saw it on Planet Earth.
Dude, that shit
Dude.
was fucking lit.
Maybe it was Blue Planet.
Killer whales are probably one of my favorite animals.
Top 10.
Top
three?
10. Top 5. I'd say top 3
Top
even.
5.
Maybe even my number 1.
What's your top 3?
Top 3, killer whale. Probably a gorilla, and then
Make
a
one.
lion.
Lion. Keeping it classic. Lion King. Sorry. You gotta
What about you, Josh?
Different categories. I like cheetahs. Cheetahs are fast. I actually think it's cool.
I was very disappointed with cheetahs though when I learned that they can only run for like a couple seconds at 60
not
miles
long.
an hour.
60 miles per hour.
Yeah,
They
but
move.
for like 2 seconds.
I think it's a bit more than 2.
I would
it's
say
not long though. You're right. It's not long.
yeah.
It's like 20 seconds.
Have you
That's-
seen? I think
that's
on
kind of a
I'm gonna
long
go back
time.
to Planet Earth. They have a whole episode I think on cheetahs or jungle cats. I don't know if it's a jungle cat. Savannah. Same thing.
Savannah cats.
Savannah.
Thank you. And the way that they use their tail for balance and to help turn direction when they're running at top speed is insane. And their tails are ridiculously strong.
Speaking of tails though, you know when people like clip dogs' tails?
Oh, yeah.
It can fuck with their sense of balance because like I mean it's part of how they balance.
It's messed up.
That's why you got to do it early.
Oh god.
It's still like I still think it messes with them a little bit when they're young. But like,
yeah.
I think they do adapt to it, but like they'll never be as balanced as they could be. You know what I mean? I mean, I obviously don't know that for a fact, but
Yeah, I just put my dog on a tightrope and that shit would fall all the time.
yeah. But my dog with a long tail and a tightrope, he did great.
Yeah.
He did amazing.
Sharks.
Sharks are sick.
I kind of don't like sharks.
Why?
I think they suck.
How?
Like, yeah, they're super spooky in movies, but in reality, they don't really do much.
Like super spookies and like killing humans.
Yeah.
But like, is that a bad thing? That they don't kill humans?
No, it's just not as... They're not what they're made out to be.
I mean, most things in movies aren't what they are made
That's a
out
good
to
point.
be.
Yeah.
Like war in movies looks so cool, but it's definitely not that cool.
Yeah, I was watching 1917 and some dude got blown up. It's like, oh fuck, that's cool.
But like in real life, I'm pretty sure you would probably have a panic attack if you just watch something get
Oh,
blown
if someone
up.
next to me just blew up.
Yeah. Like Saving Private Ryan.
The Normandy
That one, like, I feel like Saving Private Ryan was pretty, like, emotional, like, first scene when they're stepping off the boat. I feel like that's pretty close.
Yeah, that was pretty intense. Well, so, like, even veterans that were alive when that came out were saying, like, the only thing, like, everything about that was so accurate. The only thing that was missing from it was the smell.
I would not want to
That's
know that
insane.
smell. The smell of, like, dead bodies.
Yeah,
That's
they were like
such a
dead
gross-
bodies, burning flesh, gunpowder.
Probably, like, the diesel fuel from, like, the
Yeah,
boats.
sure,
I don't know if
yeah.
it's diesel or gas, whatever the fuck they use in boats.
Ugh.
But, yeah, that... Oh, God, I couldn't even
Oh my
imagine
God, I
that.
couldn't imagine.
Why'd you get PTSD from that shit? And then seeing some asshole perfectly recreate what you went through. Like, God damn it, this is so good.
Isn't
It's
it weird
freaking
though
out.
how like me and you could go to the same thing, do the same everything, and you get PTSD and I don't? Like how the brains are wired to where some people can just like, I mean, I'll get just like milder forms, and you know what I mean.
I got mild PTSD. You got fire.
You got 5
You got
PTSD.
fire.
I have 1 PTSD. That's just nuts though. How everyone's brain is just like completely wired different.
Nah.
I think it's cool. It's very interesting. Everyone's very unique.
But at the same time, they're not. A lot of people do the same exact things, and they think that they're different.
Yeah, we're all
They're
just
still
space
different.
dust.
Like,
Yeah, like
Right.
you have like little quirks about you that are different, but I feel like a lot of people are exactly the same. Like you'd probably find a lot of people just like you if you weren't looking hard enough.
it's hard to imagine because I want to feel my own unique identity. But you're probably right though. Statistically,
Yeah, I
like
mean, there's
7.5 billion people.
Yeah,
on the
you'll
planet.
find a few exact clones of you pretty much. There's probably somebody out there that looks exactly like you.
His name's Chris Hemsworth. He plays Thor.
Yeah.
Fat Thor or skinny Thor?
Yes.
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 Depends on the night. If I'm drinking a few beers and my stomach's bloated, fat.
Fat Thor.
Fat Thor.
If it's a good week, Fat Thor, but you know he feels good about himself.
Fucking Thor. Nordic gods are so sick too, though. Wait, hold up, Jesse. What's your top 3 animals?
I'm gonna have to say the Detroit Red Wings.
It's not an animal.
It's not because there's a blanket of them on the wall.
Out of the garage, straight out of the garage.
Yeah, they're beautiful. If I saw that in the wild, I would run for my life.
I have to say.
You know, they used to run wild, but they overhunted them
Did
for their coats.
for that blanket. That's probably from a Detroit
God.
Red Wing.
Hashtag stop Detroit Red Wing hunting.
God damn it. So, I couldn't tell you.
So you watched all this Discovery Channel and Animal Planet, but you couldn't tell me.
Do you have any that you think are
Just think of
more
an animal you like.
interesting than the others?
A lot.
I got it. Sharks.
Nah.
Wolves are up there for me too. Wolves are pretty
Wolves.
fucking cool.
Wolves are just
Have you seen how fucking massive a full-blooded wolf is?
not in person.
I mean, I've never like walked up to a wolf like, hey, you're pretty big, dude. They're fucking massive.
Yeah, they're pretty big. Saw some sled dogs one time.
Those are massive
They were
dogs.
huge.
I would have to say cats, dogs, and fish. But only fish that fit in a fishbowl.
How big's the fishbowl?
It's about
I mean, you could have a fish bowl the size of this garage.
70 gallons.
70 gallons. That's a pretty fucking big fish bowl.
Yeah, it's
How much
pretty big.
salt do you think that would cost if we were?
That's like 8 brines.
8 brines. Shit. Well, thank God I'm in the war of 1812 because I can afford that shit.
One war.
That's 1 war and 3 best friends dead.
I'd take that.
God, I couldn't fucking imagine. Like back to that, I couldn't fucking imagine this getting paid. Like, hey man, you know, you served your country well. Like, shit, the guy that's gonna
We're
pay
gonna
me
fucking
here. Here's 8 salt brines. What the fuck? What the fuck?
My daughter's fucking 8. I haven't seen her since she was 2.
Salt brine per year.
I almost died of hypothermia in the winter, and you're giving me a fucking salt brine. God, man. Salt as a payment. Fucking ridiculous.
Dude, I'd be rich if we went back in time.
Seriously, dude, I'd just buy a bunch of sea salt grinders and just go back in time.
Like
Like,
just fucking at the strip club.
can I get that? At
You're at the strip club fucking grinding salt all over the chicks.
Did they have strip clubs back then, or was this like brothels? Before?
Yeah, you go to the brothels. What up,
Yeah,
bitches?
brothel.
What a bitch! I can grind this salt all over you.
Yeah, just
Jeez.
fuck yeah, dude. Salt shakers.
Hand me that drink over there. I don't think it's. Is it gone?
Oh my god, it's like 80% full.
Yeah, I figured. I'll drink the
Oh,
rest of
cheers
it.
to that.
Drink to that. Cheers up. Dude, you're getting tired.
I'm super fucking.
You gotta
tired.
power through. Come on, man.
This
We
is
still got a
very
little-
difficult. There's nothing in this.
Pull up the trending on Twitter. What do we got going on over there?
All right.
I want 3 guesses though as to what do you think is trending.
Coronavirus is obviously gonna be on there.
Easy.
Oh, easy.
That's not even a conversation.
Yeah, easy.
All right. I'm pretty sure.
And then like I'm gonna say some celebrity, and then
Okay.
All right.
Some-
I bet
Do you guys want to get political?
Christian Bale, because he's gonna be in the new Thor movie.
is he really?
He's the main villain.
Oh shit! I love Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Do you want to do politics?
We can go politics. I don't know a whole lot about.
Yeah,
Politics.
I'm not well
It's
versed.
hashtag stupid things Trump has done.
I'm well versed.
Okay, time out. I did hear a comparison once of Trump. They said he was like a cigarette in the way that he has a lot of bad things, but that like the good things of nicotine kind of. If that
Like
makes
he's-
sense. Like the nicotine is nice, but everything else is terrible. So like his policies and his foreign diplomat stuff like that, like the policies enacting, like the unemployment stuff like that,
Okay.
good, but the way he talks bad.
It's hard for me to form an opinion on Trump that isn't biased because I feel very negatively about him. I don't know much about his policies. I don't read into that.
His policies I've heard. I also don't read much, but the policies I've heard aren't that bad.
I think maybe it's because there's some subjects that I care deeply about that he either doesn't address or that's probably mainly it.
Fair enough.
Probably like climate change. I care a lot about that.
Is climate change as bad as everyone thinks it is?
Yes.
Have you looked at the history of weather?
Yes.
You have?
That's some flat earther shit.
No, so every
you
so
don't
many,
know if this is just a pattern. What if fucking the ice caps completely melt all the time?
No, that is literally a pattern though.
No, but the
I'm not saying we haven't impacted it, but I
No,
don't think we've impacted as much as media has seen.
If you look at any climatology or anything like that, the speed at which things are changing now
Yeah, no,
is
I agree.
times 300. I'm picking a number.
Yeah. I'm not saying like anything humans do fucks up the environment. Like
No, but it's, like,
if you go
huge.
vegan, cool, you're not eating meat. Which not eating meat for the sanctity of feeling good about not killing animals, cool. But those acres and acres of farmland are displacing so many animals, killing like combines fucking kill the fuck out of deer all the time because there's fawns, bedded down and they can't get away. You have rabbits, you have all these different animals, and like you like to think that this pepper I'm eating is cruelty free, but it kills a lot of animals. The forest land you have to cut down to make it. So that's I don't know how many animals you just placed right there. Versus you go outside of your door and you shoot an animal and you eat it. That's one animal dead, and you're eating it, rather than for your pepper that you're eating, it killed all this, all that. But a lot of people don't think about that. Because mass farmland isn't a sustainable or cruelty-free way to live.
Right.
Like if everyone went vegan, I don't know if there's the farmland to support it. I don't have, facts to back it up, but it'd be a lot of farmland if everyone ate strictly vegetables. The amount of food to actually create a healthy human diet, and I'm, no dietitian. I'm drinking straight alcohol right now, so I'm not obviously extremely health conscious, but to make, you know, the amount of protein you need, the amount of this, the amount of that, it's a lot of plants you got to eat.
Sure, and I don't think it's fair to ask that everyone go vegan.
And I think too, some people's bodies are built different. Like my body might be able to handle a vegan, and yours might not be able to, just because you know,
People are just
nutrition
built
isn't.
differently.
It's not level across the board.
Yep, you're right. I agree with that. I don't think I think too much about that aspect of the environment, you know, veganism, things like that. I haven't looked too much into how veganism actually affects the environment. Because I went vegetarian for like 2 months.
Yeah.
And that was more for, I just wanted to try it. I think, and, you know, I care about animals and everything, and I was still thought about that, but I just wanted to try it was the main thing. What I mainly care about when it comes to like climate change and climate policies is I think we all can acknowledge and agree that humans are definitely destroying the environment at a redonkulous rate, maybe.
But that's a fact. Like, that's what humans do. I mean,
And there are things that we should do right now and policies that should be enacted
But
to
they're
help
not because
fight that.
they make money in the
Because they make
now.
money.
it's just like the whole Juul thing. Like,
Okay.
the whole brainwashing that flavored vapes and stuff like that are killing people. But all it was THC pods with, I think it was vitamin E in them.
Okay.
And the vitamin E was fucking up people's lungs and killing them. It never was a Juul. It was never proven that a Juul or a vape did it. But it was like the media controlling that. And this company that bought out Juul, they're making this heating tobacco vape or some shit like that. So they pretty much drag Juul through the water drag Juul through the mud because they wanted it to look like, oh, this new device is going to be, it's healthy. It's straight tobacco that you're vaping. And pretty much tobacco is better for you than vaping.
Okay, yeah. Corporations.
Corporations control America, though.
Corporations, yeah. They are at fault. They should be the ones that are punished for what has been done to like the people and the planet.
Yeah.
And the way that they can be punished is going back to like the president could make policies with regulations, and it's a little complicated, I think. I don't look too much into policies, how much they can actually affect.
Yeah, I feel like it is also a lot more complicated. Like, everyone thinks, you know, you could put this policy in place and it fixes everything. But there's, you got to think, too, like, the whole monopoly, you know, you can't have a monopoly. You can't control the whole business. But look at fucking Walmart. No other business can fucking touch Walmart.
You know, Walmart's pretty big.
No one can touch
giants
Walmart.
out
No
there.
one can touch Walmart. The prices at Walmart are always lower
Yeah.
than the next place because they can buy in such bulk, which is pretty much a monopoly. But you know, they can't be a monopoly. Like places in the UK, if they're so big, they can only be open for so many hours. So small businesses have more of a chance.
I didn't know that. I like that.
That's an interesting policy to try to set, especially when the people paying for your campaigns are the ones that are the big businesses.
Exactly. And big businesses control America, and that's just a fact. Like most of the high people in the government are connected to a business.
Yeah, I think I'm incredibly optimistic. Maybe to a fault. Probably to a fault. But I think that can change, and I think it will change. This has all just been a big...
I think it's either
going
gonna change or just get worse.
2020. Well, you said it's going to get worse?
Yeah, it's either going to change or get worse.
I think
change or get
I
worse.
think it'll change. I'm confident that things will start to change slowly, but I don't know.
I think that's what worries me is slowly. Maybe it probably could be my perception, and there's probably media things behind this, but like, God, I'm coming back to climate change again. Like things need to change like now when it comes to that, because, gosh, I'll pull up next time. There's articles I was reading about even if right this very second we reduce our carbon emission by 50%, we would still barely, if not, we wouldn't reach our goal for the amount of CO2 in the atmosphere by 2030.
I mean, every single life form that has lived on Earth has been wiped out. And then it kind of just like resets. It's like, are we going to get wiped out? And then it'll just reset.
Do you think that we'll try to colonize Mars?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Elon Musk said he wants to die on Mars. Not in like, go to Mars and like...
And like just get buried in Mars.
Yeah. He wants to
live and
there
die
and die on Mars.
That's
and like
badass.
Elon Musk is a fucking
That's badass.
genius.
He's kind of stupid.
He's
I like
fucking intelligent.
I like him.
He's really bad at math.
Yeah, dude, I saw him once. Couldn't even do his times tables.
Yeah, dude. What's fucking 8 times 9, dude? Too long, dude. You fucking stupid.
It's 14, idiot.
God.
It's definitely 63, dude.
So what's trending on Twitter?
Nothing good. It's
Nothing
all
good?
just a bunch of bullshit. So it's all tailored to me.
Well, that's fucking lame. I'm gonna blow my nose real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, there's nothing good on Twitter. Twitter's stupid.
Okay, it is tailored to you, but what are...
It's just basketball. I'm not going to talk about a
You don't want to talk about basketball?
A college player.
Oh, college ball. It's almost March Madness.
It is almost March Madness.
Do you guys do a bracket?
I will
normally?
do a bracket.
You want to? Or you normally do?
I'm gonna do.
You're gonna do?
I pretty much always do one.
Okay. I'm usually hit or miss. I'll probably do one this year, even though I rarely watch college basketball.
March Madness is different though. It's so random.
It's very unpredictable.
It's pretty much the lottery.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
Do you believe that professional sports are rigged?
I think some things are.
I think so too.
I
I
want to
mean,
say
they
no.
have been in the past.
I want to say no, but I can't 100% say no. I think some things are.
Yeah, I think professional sports are rigged. 100%.
I rigged. I dropped $4,000 into a pool, the rig pool,
Oh shit.
to get the Lakers
Get the Lakers to another Super Bowl.
to another Super Bowl.
I want to find out the truth. Why can't we just know the truth? Tell me it's rigged or not.
I think not knowing the truth is also good.
It's brilliant for, the
Look how happy dogs
arenas
are.
and-
They don't know shit. What the? Ask a dog about taxes. He doesn't fucking know anything about taxes. He just knows my owner fills up my food bowl and my water bowl, and I sleep on the couch and I like to run around the backyard.
In circles.
And that's
They're
happiness.
crazy. It's happiness. They're happy
I feel like
for the most part.
the less you know, the happier you are. I feel like that's why a lot of
Okay.
people nowadays are depressed is because of the internet.
I think it's the way you take in that information and the way you perceive it. Because it's easy to learn new things and just get down about it. Like, the planet's dying. You're fucking it up.
Yeah, definitely.
Your diet's shit. Like, the more you know. But then there's ways, like, you can learn from all those bad and negative things. And, God, this sounds stupid cheery. But it's, like, twist it into a positive light.
I'm not even gonna listen to that.
Please.
It just sounds fucking awful.
It sounds
I feel
great.
like nowadays you have to try to make yourself happy. But back in the day, you lived this like life where your house, your job, your wife, your kids, that was it. You didn't know much about what was going on outside of your local town. I think that was better.
It sounds like a cookie cutter life, and I think it moved beyond that. 'Cause I remember we were talking about how much the internet has influenced
The internet,
the modern age.
the internet controls everything nowadays. Like everyone is on the internet, and everyone pays attention to the internet.
the
And the
amount
internet
of information that you can access at any point in time
yeah,
is insane.
it's ridiculous. I can know anything about anything right now if I wanted to know it. And is that good or bad? I think it's good and
Good.
bad. It's good and bad though.
You're right. Yeah, good and bad.
How many people do you see on social media living a life you wish you could live and you just get sad about it? You know, you're like,
That's true. But do
Fuck.
they ever post their failures? You know they fail. I mean, you
but
may not
that's
know
the
it.
thing a lot of people don't realize.
Yeah,
they don't.
you're right.
They don't realize those nights where it's just like a fucking rough night. You know, you're behind and everything. But you know, I'm on this vacation in fucking Cambodia, It's a holiday in Cambodia. I'm living life.
Great life.
All these movies coming out about rock stars that almost OD'd or tried to kill themselves and stuff. And nobody knew that back in the day because, they're on the stage just like, oh, yeah, I'm Elton John,
Yeah.
I'm Ozzy Osbourne. Shout out Ozzy Osbourne. But, like,
He's listening.
dude, if you fucking listen to this, I'd be so happy. So fucking happy. But, I feel like everyone nowadays, especially, and like the young people growing up, like, we grew up with the internet, kind of, but we grew up into it. Like it was developing as we were developing.
Grew up at an interesting time.
But nowadays, you have these like 10-year-olds that have the internet and they see this girl with the perfect body and they're like, I have to have that. And
It's true.
they just grow up with this terrible self-image, and it's just such a like, I think the internet's a terrible thing. For me, when I have kids, if I do have kids, I don't want them to have like social media and stuff like that.
Kind of grow up kind of like how you did.
But I don't know if that's possible.
You always want better for your
Yeah, I don't know if it's even
offspring.
possible for them to grow up like I did.
That's true.
You'd really have to work at it, and they could see, their friends have phones, so they'll just look at that. And personally, I don't use social media really because I think it's dumb.
That's fair. I think I do. I like to at least feel connected
But
to
for what?
others.
For what?
That's a tough question.
What
I
is
don't know if I
it?
can answer that right
Unless
now.
somebody is directly with you, what is impacting your life about them?
I don't know. Please.
My favorite thing about social media is the ability to connect with people around the world. I find it very hard to relate to a lot of people.
Okay.
So there are times when I'm like, holy shit, this dude in fucking France. Or this dude in fucking Sweden is the only other person I can fucking hang out with, or not hang out with, but just talk to. And it's like, we're the same fucking human, and you barely speak English, and we can barely have a conversation.
It is cool, but I don't know. I'd rather stay off of it. I feel like there's more cons than pros.
I think it depends on the type of person you are. If you're a fucking shitty person, you're gonna get consumed by social media. Because when I was younger, I used to get consumed by that shit. I was always worried about like
I
my
agree.
image and stuff. But like as I get older, I check it less.
I think it's a thing of growing up. But if you grow up with social media, do you just get worse as time goes on? I mean, like these young kids that were born into the internet. Like they were born and the internet was like, they had Wi-Fi. I didn't have Wi-Fi in my house. I was like fucking 17.
Yeah. It's interesting to know. I have 2 10-year-old nephews.
Yeah.
I'm going to see in May, and I'm very excited to, see them, of course, but I want to see how they are as human beings.
Exactly.
Because they've grown up they live in San Jose, and their dad works at Google, so they're very connected.
A lot of Silicon Valley people limit their kids' time on the internet.
Yeah, I think,
And there's some of them, honestly, they're some of the most intelligent people.
oh my God, yeah. Yeah.
And they're the ones limiting their kids' internet. I feel like if you just let your kid use the internet all the time, you're a shit parent. Like if you're just like, oh, my kid's bored, like fucking go on YouTube. Like, fuck you, kid. I don't even want to spend time with you. Like, I'm going to watch Netflix. Like, fuck, go on the iPad, go on the internet, do this, do that. Like, you're just pushing your kid off. Like, I grew up, my parents, we were always doing something outside. And I feel like that was a good way to grow up. And I liked it. But, like, imagine your whole growing up, like, your best memories, like, oh, man, I loved being on YouTube and I loved being on this and that. And that might be just my, like, okay boomer thinking. It might be, you know what I mean? Like,
Right, yeah.
like, okay boomer, like, you have the fucking newspaper, fuck you, I can Google titties right now if I want to. Shut the hell up. Like, shut up, bitch, But, like, I don't know. How will these kids grow up? That is an interesting thing. Will they be better? Maybe.
I think they'll just be different.
Will it be different good or different bad, though? What do you think?
Neither.
You don't think either?
Just different.
I do. At the same time, yeah. Like,
I agree with that.
even we grew up different. I mean, like,
Yeah.
look through history. Like, they're like, oh, like, books are bad. Like, you're just going to sit inside all the time reading your fucking books,
Boom. Belle, Beauty and the Beast. They fucking hated her.
Yeah, like, stop reading your books. Go outside, Oh, stop being on your tablet. Go outside. Yeah, I guess that is true. But at the same time, I feel like you also have to put in the effort for, like, people nowadays can't talk to people as much anymore.
Yeah,
Because
the
they're so
humans-
used to texting. Like, texting is such a big thing nowadays. Like, why would I talk to somebody when I can just fucking text them? Nobody calls each other anymore.
I think it might be harder for the human interaction of things. But that's something, of course, you just have to observe and learn about the generation that is growing up the way that they are now. Maybe they are just as good at human interaction as we were, if not better, because they're connected on a different level than
Yeah.
we are. We
But,
were.
Yeah, technology is not going anywhere, though. It's only going to get better.
Oh, yeah, you're right, 100%.
And I don't know. Maybe they'll adapt. Because, I mean, we kind of adapted to it because we kind of grew up halfway through that age, you know, like, oh, I still had dial-up. But when I was 17, I had Wi-Fi.
Me too. I think it's learning different skills at different times at this point because they're born into this internet age.
Uh-huh.
God, this sounds so boomer. They're born
Okay,
into
boomer.
born into this internet age, and then, you know, maybe they'll develop social skills, interpersonal, a bit later, where personal skills, you know, I was the same outside all the time, interaction, developed the internet skills through time. It was just how we grew up, and I think they'll probably be more similar to how we are than we imagine, but then different in their own way. It's hard to think.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine.
I don't know. We'll have to see. But I mean, also when we get old, we'll still probably be those crotchety, like, get off your phone, you know, blah, blah, blah. I still think getting off your phone is a good thing. I think phones aren't that.
Yeah, I think it's important to.
People rely on their phones way too much nowadays.
Right.
About everything.
I think it's important to live in the moment, which can be hard to do.
Very hard to do.
Yeah,
Because you have this device that can just do anything for you.
you can do anything. You could be anywhere.
Anywhere at all. Can you get me a...
Yeah, I got you.
Appreciate it. But
I'm good.
But yeah, it's ridiculous, the world we live in nowadays.
It's crazy to think about. I think
30 years ago was completely different.
Right. 30 years ago. God.
That's not that
Was that
long.
1990? Was 30 years ago.
1990.
I was born in 1995.
Damn, you're old. I mean, you're only 30. Like,
I don't feel old though. I don't think I'm old. And you know, that probably has something to do with my own how I feel about age and things like that.
I feel like age is a mentality, though.
Age is definitely a mentality. You talk to like a 26-year-old or 27-year-old, and they just say they're so old, their bones ache, their muscles ache. Like, hey, you're in your 20s. Like, you can do anything you want. You just gotta take care of your body. That's the important thing. If you stop taking care of your body, you're gonna feel old, sure.
think
But you're still not
exercise-
old. Exercise.
I think exercise can solve 90% of a person's problem. 95% of a person's
Yeah.
problems.
Cheers to that. Whiskey.
Yeah, if you fucking have cancer, you should just exercise more.
It's a good point, though. I don't often
I think
about
exercising puts you in a
illnesses
great
and how they
mental
affect.
state, a great physical state. And I think exercising is just an overall amazing thing to do.
Yeah.
I'm fucking tired.
What time is it? I don't.
What time is it? How long have we been going?
We're at an hour.
We're at an hour.
Wow.
We'll probably cut it right there.
We can.
Do you have an ending? Do you know how to end it?
We could fucking figure out an ending.
We don't need one.
Thank you all for listening, and thanks for joining us on the journey of literally nothing. And I hope you enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. It's been fun.
Thank you for listening, if you are out there listening.
Nothing matters.